Scrub Cup Scrim. I am your host, Ark of Covenant, and we are going to be jumping right into our game here today between the Vengeful, Pyromaniacs, and the rest of the West. Starting off on Route 66. Let's see what the teams pick. As I was saying in chat, if the audio is super garbo, let me know right away. I'll see if I can't fiddle with it. Hopefully we'll be able to see these guys shoot something right away, so you'll know if it's off. I totally didn't put the delay back on, so if you're cheating, don't do that. That's all I have to say about that. Here we go.
They're not as young as they used to be.
I think the audio's in sync. I'm trying to listen to it, that's why I'm not saying anything.
My friends, watch resources standing around. There's glory to be won.
Okay, audio seems good. That's good. Okay, here we go into Route 66. We see interesting team comp on defense. We have Peck on Genji. Not usually what you'd play defense here for most people, but if you're a Genji main, well, you're a Genji main. You gotta need healing somewhere sometime. And here's Ticky, whatever his name is, coming around on Diva. We see Randissimo in the front on the Reinhardt, and some solid groundwork from Soldier here as well. That is West Tickleys. I don't even know, dude. You guys need better names. We see a solid hold on the high ground here from the Vengeful Pyromaniacs. They are holding strong with the Rhine Shield up there, although TechSoup does decide to jump down with that. Where did our McCree go? He is over here on the side trying to do what he can do, tricking, landing some shots kind of just behind the Randissimo's shield. And there's our first picks coming in. Peck gets two big headshots for some kills here, and he is able to make it out safely. We see Rice Toasties going down here as well, two tricking. This is basically forcing rest of the West to back off and start anew here. We see ultimates available on the side of Vengeful Pyromaniacs already. And they are going to be able to hopefully utilize those to continue this really solid defense. We see rest of the West actually going up above here, trying to get that high ground. Genji dives in, takes out Peck, and is he able to get out? Yes, he is. Huge Earthshatter coming in there for TechSoup. Randissimo charges in. We've got Dragon Blade coming in for Genji as well. We have somebody left the game. Hold on.
Experience tranquility.
Let's figure out what's going on. That's no fun when somebody DCs. So big picks coming out for Peck with the Dragon Blade. We see Tricking taking out Randissimo as well. TechSoup. He disconnected Discord as well, so hopefully he's not dead. That would be no fun. Let's see what else to talk about here. West Stickleys has an ultimate on Soldier. He has his visor up. Texas Student has a res available, even though none of his team has died yet. So this is going to be very hard for West of the West to just kind of keep pushing through this at the moment. I'm wondering if he is going to get back in here. Let's give him just a second. We'll put some tunes on in the meantime, because I spent so much time messing around with my audio so I could put tunes on without having to do anything here. Yeah, how about that? As we are waiting for him to come back, you get to listen to the lovely, lovely sounds of Machina Supremacy. This is the Deus Ex Machina album. And Binkley is requesting 2 minutes pause here. So we are going to give them that pause. Let's fix our OBS in the meantime. There we go. Make that look nice and pretty. If I had more time, I would standardize this to look good every single time, but you know. King Kami-sama says he wants to shoutcast with this man. With me? Absolutely, you can shoutcast with me. We're just doing scrims right now, so whatever you want to do. Are you in the Discord? Alright, well, no worries. Check out the owscrubcup.com for the link to the Discord. And once you're in there, I can't remember. You may have to have a caster tag to get into the caster Discording voice channel. So otherwise, it would be easy for you to just jump in. Message me on Discord. What is my Discord? I don't even know. You think I would know that? Ark of Covenant number 1332. There it is. So feel free to send me a Discordy, dude, and I would be happy to try to set something up with you. These things are all pretty last minute, it seems like, so no worries there. Yeah, just be ready for anything, because stuff gets changed around and moved up and down so often. But yeah, it could happen. We are looking for a sub as our friend, who was it that dropped? I don't even remember at this point. Our friend Rice Toasties is seemingly dead. The number was 1332. Ark of Covenant 1332. And I heard a badoop, a bleep. There's Twin Peach. One of my other caster buddies messaging me, asking me to cast his game instead with him. Can't find me. I'm gonna type it here. Let's see if we can't get a sub in here. They sound like they found someone, but nothing yet, so. This song is Return to Snake Mountain by Machina Supremacy. I know you probably can't hear me very well because I turn away from my mic to look at my song screen thing. Still waiting on a sub. Yeah, Machine Supremacy is a lot of fun. They're a good band. And one thing about them is, aha, there we have a sub. We may be getting into this shortly here. I'm going to turn the music off. So one thing really cool about them is they are super duper cool music, and they're super duper cool with people using their music on Twitch and stuff. So as far as I've seen so far, none of their songs have gotten caught in the like mute filter on Twitch. I don't know about YouTube, but that's at least the case on Twitch, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, they have a lot of video game songs and stuff. Let's see if these guys are ready to go. He's in the game, but we don't have him. Okay, here we go. All right, back into the action as Vengeful Pyromaniacs cleans up the rest of the West of the best of the rest of us. I'm intentionally butchering their name at this point in case that wasn't obvious. Peck gets picked by Kaz with help from the new guy, Andrew Than. Farah coming in here. Farah's going to be really strong in this map with so much vertical height, and you've got this nice big cliff to hide behind. Raining some damage down onto the top of the gas station here. We have tricking on McCree is going to be the main counter for him. Let's see what they're able to make happen. The Discord onto Andrew is going to make that a little bit difficult. Self-destruct does not get anyone. Tricking does pick off Takai. I don't even know. Andrew Than gets Texas students before he's able to use his res, so big chance here for the rest of the West to make a push without a mercy res hanging over their heads. They are getting picks left and right, back and forth. Halishin gets 2 big picks, and it looks like Vengeful is going to actually be able to hold this despite the early pick coming out from the Vengeful Pyros. Nope, I'm backwards. Vengeful Pyros is on defense. Rest is on offense. Easy mistake to make when Overwatch UI doesn't have the team names on the screen for some reason. See Farah raining some damage in here from kind of the back almost. Winston Binkley jumping in here, trying to take out the backline, but he just gets chased by D.Va. Barrage coming in for Andrew Than. 2 big picks for him, but they get rezzed immediately. He still has the visor, giving the nano on. Self-destruct takes out Tiki and Kaz. Both supports down for the for the rest of the West. And West Killies gets taken out as well. Genji just jumping in there and cleaning house there. That was excellent play by them. And we are already out of time here on the first point in Route 66. So a little bit of an odd timing there with us. Just I had probably about a minute left after we came back from the pause, but we'll see if the new sub Andrew Than is going to be able to help the rest of the West pick this one up, or if they are going to fail miserably and have to go into the next game here. To get the caster role on the Discord, you would need to talk to one of the admins or something. You would definitely probably want to sign up as well. Hamswitch posted a nice little link there for you. So go ahead and check that out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of being scrubby at casting. So no worries if you mess up. I would definitely recommend trying to get your OBS and crap set up beforehand if you are going to be the one streaming, because that stuff likes to fight back pretty much every time when I try it, so that is my recommendation. We see Binkley coming out on Roadhog, Andrew sticking with the Pharah, Grandissimo staying on Reinhardt, Kaz on Lucio on defense here. Not a bad pick, but I guess I would have thought to see him on Lucio on offense. Tricking, breaking out the Widowmaker. This is going to be interesting for sure. We'll see if he lands any solid picks or if he's going to end up having to switch off. Or neither. He might pick no one and not switch off. You never know what's going to happen in the Scrub Cup. Halshin with the solid Diva pick. And Peck using a McCree this time. We do see Tricking holding down the Pharah. That's definitely the way you want to be using that Widow. She is, in theory, the strongest counter to Pharah with the Mercy on her for sure, because you can get a headshot and pick them through the heal provided by the Pocket Mercy. And of course, the rest of the West is jumping down to try to hold on to this. They don't have a whole lot of wiggle room as far as holding. Reinhardt's collide, but TechSoup goes down to West Killies. Tricking, trying to get some picks. He does pick Grandissimo. And we do see spawn advantage, of course, for Vengeful Pyromaniacs here. Big pick for Halshin, gets Binkley. And all of a sudden, rest of the West has almost no one there to kind of hold on. A little bit of lag there, not sure what that was. Hopefully it wasn't me. We'll see what happens. This is so close. We see TechSoup raining some damage there with the hammer. Peck picking Andrew Than, and the Route 66 goes over to the Vengeful Pyromaniacs. Excellent match here. I did have the team names right. And who got play of the game?
Play of the match.
There's the Genji. It was that Dragon Blade. I didn't catch it very well on the first cam, but here it comes. There it is, right through the sound barrier. He's just wreaking havoc in the cave there. Excellent play with that Dragon Blade, and TechSoup helping him clean up there as well. Very good teamwork. We will see what happens here in the next map. We will get that one picked. We're going to play some tunes anyway, even though hopefully this will only be about a minute break here.
face, no religion, no real place. I grow weary of these walls, so tired of it all. Dull gray and endless days, here where evil has no face. It is hidden from my eyes, unseen or in disguise. Welcome to a world where you always get the girl. You may lose a fight or two, but you'll win if you get through. Face up and challenge all you ever knew since you could fall. Always looking somewhere else when it's all inside yourself. I wanna play until I die. Don't wanna lose my reasons why. I race towards the sky in a world that never ends. I keep coming back for more. Keep coming back until I score. Always stronger than before in a world that never ends. Misfit to this space, no religion, no real place. I grow weary of these walls, so tired of it all. Face up and challenge.
All right, here we go. We are getting into our next map here on this scrimmage between the Vengeful Pyros and the rest of the West. I believe Vengeful Pyros won the last one, so we will see if they can continue that going into the next one. We're hopefully going to be seeing a sweet play of the game from Peck here. Let's see what he can do. Not sure what hero he wants to pick. He clearly has a lot of heroes in his hero pool to play with the Widow and the Bastion and the Genji. I'm surprised I didn't see a Mei in there as well. Rendissimo switching off of his tank from last time onto a soldier. Now that we have Silverware here, I'm suspecting Silverware is their normal main tank player. And let's see what happens here. Andrew Tan staying with Farah, a pretty strong pick on this map. But we are going to see tricking on McCree still, able to hopefully hold him off. And here they come. We see rest of the West heading toward this high ground. And they may get there just before the Pyromaniacs. Yes, they do. Pyromaniacs are actually kind of pinned down by the Farah. They take their time while the rest of the West is able to kind of spread out and gain some space here. It looks like they're actually backing off. Pyromaniacs are going to be going behind. Peck gets picked by the Roadhog hook, though, by Binkley. So that's going to put the Pyros at a big disadvantage trying to fight this first point. And it does actually go over to rest of the West. Rhine's facing off with the shields, trying to sneak in a hammer blow. Hook coming in here. Some bad stuff going on. Nobody goes down, though. Peck is back in the fight. Let's see if they're able to make a play happen now that they have him back. He dodges a hook. There's the deflect to get himself out of there safely. And it looks like Pyros are just kind of looking for an opening at this point. Halishin gets taken out of mech after a charge in. Andrew Tan is raining some damage in. Earthshatter comes out. It takes down the Mercy, but she does not die. We see TechSoup charging in. Genji Dragonblade trying to push through the whole hog. He dies but gets rezzed immediately. Big res coming out for Texas Student, I believe that was. Taiki does not quite have his up. He's at 94%, and he will not get it to hold this point, and it is actually going to go over to the Vengeful Pyromaniacs. Let's see how these guys hold here. Andrew Tan does have a barrage available, but has no health. Tac Visor for Rendissimo as well. Let's see what they make of this. And we see Farah actually way behind. He goes down. She goes down, rather. They are going to have to try to regroup this. They're grouping up on that high ground, that little tunnel there, trying to get in. We see Farah finally coming in. Let's see what happens. Tricking also swapped over to Farah. So they are going to have a nice little airborne duel here. Tac Visor coming out for Rendissimo. He gets Tricking. He gets Halishin out of mech. And I assume he's going to finish off this baby diva. Hopefully, maybe. Barrage coming out for Andrew Chan. 3 big picks for him. That is going to make this a clean sweep for the rest of the West. Grandissimo getting that high ground. Andrew Tan controlling the air as well. Excellent positioning and kind of defensive play here from them. Do they realize now they see what direction they're coming from? If they're communicating well, they're all going to be able to hold them in this hallway, with Andrew Tan actually looping around the back to make sure they don't try anything sneaky. And they do come out. They get Farah booped pretty hard. There's some damage coming out. Lots of damage for Andrew Tan. And of course, Tricking putting his out in return here. Self-destruct coming out here. What happens? He lands no one with that self-destruct. Not really positioned right to get any sneaky kills there. Peck takes out Taiki with a Helix Rocket, though. That means no res currently available for the rest of the West. They better hope that they play safely here and are able to not go down. I don't know what this lag is. Sorry about that. It's not happened to me at all earlier tonight, so I'm not sure what's going on. And of course, with no res, rest of the West has a hard time holding on there. They do go down, and they're going to have to regroup. Mercy was there, but did not find it to be an appropriate spot to res after they had lost so much ground. And I think that was the wise decision.
Ready for transcendence. My ultimate is almost ready.
We see them going once again for the high ground, the pharmacy combo. Andrew Tan pushing his way through. Yeah, this, I don't know what this lag is. I'll have to figure it out. Very, very odd. It's definitely a connection thing. Apologize for that. Rocket Barrage comes out. He gets no one with that. Big res here for Mercy. Am I dropping packets? What's happening? This is the most screwy spectator mode I've ever seen. Let's see if it fixes itself. My Twitch upload is fine, so it's got to be something with the game. See Tech Soup cleaning up. Brandissimo takes Halishin out of mech. And I hope that this does not lagging for them as well as bad as it is for me. And the first point here on Nepal does go over to Vengeful Pyromaniacs.
Score 0-1.
Yeah, it's my ping to Overwatch is high. I don't know if you can see the stats on the very top of the screen there, but something is going on with Overwatch servers where the rest of everything else is fine. We see Kaz here on Lucio. We see Peck switching over to Soldier. Andrew Tan remaining on the Pharah. So double hit scan DPS for the Pyromaniacs to try to deal with that Pharah, it looks like. She is going to punch herself on her way out of spawn. I don't know if anybody saw that. But she gets there first regardless, so they are going to maybe have a slight advantage with this high ground here in terms of fighting off the Vengeful Pyromaniacs. We see Halishin already coming out of mech by Andrew Tan. That is going to give them a no defense matrix to hold off this initial assault. No defense matrix against the Pharah rockets. And they slowly but surely get pushed off this point here. Tech Soup and Texas both go down to these picks, and Vengeful Pyromaniacs is just scrambling at this point. Oh man, the Zenyatta. Persofty, was that Persoft? Hiding, trying to dodge the Pharah. He actually gets McCree as well. She gets McCree as well, and that's going to mean just another stagger for the Pyromaniacs. They're going to have to go in together, or they're going to get picked one by that Pharah. We see them kind of grouping up here. Let's see what they are going to make of this. Looks like maybe going around the left. No, they're going center, or at least Ryan is going center. Let's see if his team follows him. Zenyatta's peeking left. And that's an interesting model thing on Diva. Great block here from him. Androthan does still get 2 picks out of it regardless. But he does go down to a fire strike. So good teamwork there. We see Randissimo trying to get some picks there with the barrier, but he goes down to Peck. So really solid pick from Peck there. That's shutting down that visor. Earth Shatter is now available for Silverware. He uses it onto TechSoup. That is his only kill with that, or rather knockdown with that. And he does not even finish off TechSoup. He manages to slide away there. TechSoup does eventually go down to Androthan. We see Tricking on the point, trying to hold off that Pharah. That's really, really important. We do have Visor available for Peck. He is going to be able to utilize that pretty effectively here to take out that Pharah. Androthan does not look like she's switching though, so we'll see if he's able to make something happen. Only ultimate is res available for the best of the rest of the West. Let's see what they do. I suspect we'll see a visor coming out here very shortly as well. There's the Earth Shatter. He's going to follow up with the visor. Self-destruct coming out as well. Lots of picks coming out for both sides, actually. Not as one-sided as you'd expect with all these ultimates, but it is going to be Vengeful Pyros able to hold on to this. Silverware goes down, as does Randissimo. Actually kills himself, it looks like. So great plays for them. And they still have even terms of the ultimates available to them. We see a Mercy Res for Texas and Taiki. Taiki? I think it's Taiki. No. Tiki? Tikai? I don't. Sorry. I have nothing. It's not Taiki, though. And just going for those picks there. We see Transcendence available for Zen. TechSoup is holding that front line very, very well here. He does get pushed back by Whole Hog. Peck, excuse me. That is the Randissimo coming out with that visor, and Androthan's barrage is going to take Halashin out of mech. Lots of stuff going on here. They are making a hard push. Texas Student does get his res off. Taiki has not used his. Let's see what happens with that. TechSoup gets bunched down with that Earth Shatter, but they get rezzed immediately by Tikai. Binkley taking a rocket to the face. He's still trying to do damage. Peck just picking him off without any regard for him. Androthan, the last remaining member, and he is not going to be able to get onto point here to hold this off. The second point goes over to the Vengeful Pyromaniacs here on Nepal.
Score 0-2.
Excellent play there by the Pyromaniacs. Really solid. Res is coming out really for both teams, honestly. But Pyromaniacs were able to make the most of theirs. We see Peck and Tricking staying on the hit scan. They are trying to effectively fight that Androthan's Pharah, and it is working, it would seem. Let's see if Andrew decides to switch anything up. See TechSoup onto Zarya. Definitely a good pick on this map. They don't really have a super strong combo with the Zarya, but I mean anything combos with Zarya to some degree. We do see the best of the West, the rest of them anyway, taking this high ground pretty much uncontested. Maybe a slight mistake from the Pyromaniacs as they are trying to fight their way uphill at this point. So we're out front with a shield. Again, Pyromaniacs don't have a Rhine shield to kind of fight that off with, so they have to be a little bit sneakier, a little bit more creative with their fights here. Silverware charges across the gap. They are neck and neck here trying to hold on to this. Texas Student does get picked. That puts them on the back foot. Pyromaniacs are going to have to survive with just one healer for the moment. We see Binkley healing himself up. TechSoup doing what he can. Trying to dodge out of that Reinhardt hammer. He is getting very close here. Almost goes down, but not quite. But the point does indeed go over to the rest of the West as they get some picks here. TechSoup does eventually go down to Lucio, of all people. And Vengeful is just kind of regrouping. The rocket spam coming out for Androthan. He does have to be careful with that Discord on his face, though. very easy to accidentally get picked by even a Zenyatta when you're discorded on Pharah. And it looks like Pyro's kind of split here. Interesting approach. It's not going to hurt them too much, it seems like. Silverware standing out front, trying to block, trying to push them back. He's doing an effective job at it so far. See, Persoft almost go down on his Zenyatta. That's not good for him. Pharah is just raining some damage down. Halashin taken out of mech. That is going to mean they don't have any sort of self-destruct available. Tech Soup gets hooked in, gets whole hogged away. No push-offs for the whole hog. Binkley goes down to Tech Soup right away. Trekking picks Silverware, but they both get rezzed. And here comes the Deadeye, takes out Silverware as well. Tricking goes down to Binkley immediately, though. Tech Soup has a lot of charge, takes out Binkley. Peck actually gets a kill onto Binkley. Self-destruct, not picking anyone. Visor coming out for both sides. And the duel of the Visors is going over to Peck, who actually takes out Randissimo. A great play from them as they're able to finally cap this point into their favor. Pyromaniacs down to 72% remaining, or excuse me, onto the opposing team. So 28% remaining for them to defend. Silverware trying to make something happen, but the team maybe doesn't feel comfortable with that charge. They're going to try the other side here. We see Pharah on the indoors. Andrew trying to make something happen in this little room. Fighting into a D.Va, though. It's very dangerous for him. Maybe trying to get a barrage, trying to get a flank with that. But it looks like the D.Va coming out from Halashin is just too much for him to make a play there. He comes back around the outside. We see an ult available for him. I'm suspecting we're going to see a Graviton coming out here. Let's see what he does. Not quite. They're holding this effectively. They don't need the Graviton yet. We see some pot shots kind of coming across, trying to see what he can hit here. No energy, so he's going to need some team help to get any kills off of a Graviton. We do see 2 support ults available to keep the team up, though. We didn't see a barrage from Taiki yet, so I'm suspecting he's going to pull that off very soon here as the team charges together over the high ground, and they are charging in hard. Andrew Tan coming around the back. Oh, very, very sneaky here. There it is. Does he get... No, he gets flashbanged by Tricking and goes down to Halashin. Great reaction from that Tricking. He is able to effectively neutralize that Pharah ult, and it looks like Pyros are going to continue to hold this point. We see Best of the West of the rest trying to scramble here. Self-destruct comes out, combos with the Graviton. 2 big kills for them, and that is going to hold this point effectively as this map goes over to the Vengeful Pyros. That is 2-0 for them.
Play of the match.
Texas Student, I think this was 3 or 4 man. There's a good 3-man res. Gets in through that whole hog. Keeps Tricking alive. Great play there for sure. Teams cannot communicate effectively on which card they want to pick, though. So no heroic or legendary cards. Let's see if they are doing another one. Yes, they are. Texas picks Dorado. So we're going to get right into this one. I suppose I'm not supposed to be on the screen. Whatever. Who cares? Dorado. There we go. All right. Let's put this back up. Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. Cool. Ham Switch is giving his energy over to the Pyros. I believe that's been pretty much their only reason they're winning at this point. So Good work, Ham Switch, supporting your favorite team. And it looks like Pyros are actually subbing someone. We're going to need just a moment here. Unclear if they're looking for a sub because someone has to leave, or they have a preferred teammate that they're trying to put in. So we'll see what they are doing here. In the meantime, let's get some more good music going on. All right, we are getting into our next match here between the Vengeful Pyros and Rest of the West. So far, 2-0 to the Vengeful Pyros. We had a sub coming in there, so it took us a second to get everything going there. And let's push the right button. How about that? Yeah. Buttons are hard sometimes. Dorado. This is a fun point. Halishin showing, TechSoup showing Symmetra. I was going to say, really wanted to see Halishin's Widow. See what happened there. But no, the Torb instead. The most aim character to the least aim character in the game. So, interesting. Interesting hero pool for them, of course. That's not what I want. There we go. Doesn't hurt to make sure we're on the right doohickey. And my audios and my sounds and the microphones and all that look good to me, so I'm glad I haven't messed it up yet.
I'll enjoy the quiet while it lasts.
Attack Torbjorn is definitely going to be interesting to see. See what they make of that. We see Cubism on Ana. I believe that's their new player. Let me make sure I have this right. Rest of the West is blue team, so I need to swap this. Aha, see? Look at that. You see that really sneaky swap there? And the overlay on the Twitch. Alright, here we go. We are getting into the first half of Dorado. We see some big damage coming out from Andrew Tan right away here. That is going to definitely be the defining kind of DPS here for these guys. We have a Hanzo, it looks like from Peck, who in theory is not a good choice against Pharah, but we've seen that be wrong in practice, where Hanzo picks the Pharah multiple times in a row. So anything can happen here in the Scrub Cup, especially in a Scrim. So definitely something to watch for here. We see no big picks coming out yet. Halishin trying to position up above here. Really sneaky tricking on McCree, trying to get around the backside. Let's see what he makes here. Almost picks the Mercy, but he is being forced to back off now. Let's see what they do here. McCree taking some pot shots. Not making anything happen yet. There we go. Andrew Tan does go down to Peck. We called it in reverse, I guess. Big res coming out for Tikai. Rocket barrage as well for Andrew Tan. He gets completely absorbed. Not before he picks off Cubism, though. And there's some dragons coming out right into the camera. He killed the observer. Don't shoot the casters, folks. It's bad manners. Big picks coming out from Peck. That's 3 in a row there. Really, really great play on the Hanzo. I wish I would have been on him. That may be play of the game. We'll see what happens. It's going to be on everybody else to make something even better happen, it would seem.
The enemy approaches.
The cleanest of hand soaps, says Halishin. Fire strikes traded back and forth. This is, we're not seeing anyone on the high ground here for the Pyros, so they don't have as much of an advantage as they could with somebody really taking advantage of that spot. But they are playing together as a team, so that's good. D.Va is going face-to-face with Defense Matrix. Tech Soup landing some really solid shots on a Silverware as Peck actually finishes him off. Solid arrow there, and with no Ryan shield, they throw out the self-destruct and it lands behind the wall. Great idea, but poor execution. Tricking almost gets a very sneaky Deadeye, but it gets absorbed, it looks like, by D.Va. Big Earth Shatter, 4 going down to that, followed up by a Hanzo. Dragon Strike, he takes Andrew Tan out of mech. We see Andrew Tan onto D.Va now. I didn't even see that swap initially. Tech Soup finishes the baby D.Va, and they are going to continue pushing here. Something I think has to change for Rest of the West to make something happen at this point. So much momentum is on the side of the Vengeful Pyromaniacs. We have Randissimo coming in with an ultimate. Let's see if he makes use of the visor. Kind of swap sides. He went from right to left. There's the visor. Let's see what he gets. Transcendence is going to completely thwart that effort, but Andrew Tan's self-destruct does kill Peck through that Transcendence. Doesn't matter though, because they all get revived here. Let's see what they're going to make of this. Binkley holding them off. It looks like they're basically having to fall back here. Peck's Hanzo gets hooked by Binkley, and that's not where you want to be with the Hanzo, that's for sure. Halishin actually kind of going hard on the back line, and does have a self-destruct available. Let's see if he's going to try to make use of it here. He's just dueling Andrew Tan's D.Va at the moment, and really effective kind of boop off of the health pack. He still does not quite have a good position to use this self-destruct. There, he does actually use it. Let's see what he gets. He does get Silverware. That's going to be really effective for them. We see Reinhardt here with the Earth Shatter. There it comes. Big Earth Shatter for him. Just amazing momentum coming out for these guys. We see the rest of the West trying to just scramble to hold on to this point. No one is alive. Andrew 10 desperately jumping on to that point. He's Baby Diva. He is going to go down here. And this is going to go over. The next point is going to go over here to the Vengeful Pyros. Now this last section of Dorado is, in my opinion, probably the hardest. You've got a really hard corner here to fight through, especially with, in general, the high ground being advantageous more for the defending team. So let's see if either team is going to strategically take advantage of that fact. Randissimo has a visor, another visor available here already. Transcendence is available in return though, so they're going to have to play creatively here. Whole Hog coming out from Binkley. Let's see what he makes of that. He gets stunned and taken out by tricking. Mercy is almost there to res him. Self-destruct is up as well. Maybe we're going to see an Earth Shatter here, a very sneaky Earth Shatter. That would be a really big thing here if he was able to get a few of them with that. Biding his time with it, of course. Shield does go down. He's going to have to hide to heal and get that shield back. There's the hammer coming out for the other side. High Noon does not quite get anyone. Self-destruct gets 3. Big self-destruct from Halishin. And they have a Transcendence available. They have a res available. This is looking really, really bad for the rest of the West. They are doing what they can here to scramble out a point. They have Sound Barrier. They have a res for defense, but they don't get there in time. And round 1 is going to go over to the rest of the West. Over to the Vengeful Pyros. And the rest of the West is going to have to respond here.
Switching sides.
Once they got rolling, they were close enough that rest of the West did not have a good chance to respond. So they are going to have 1 minute 37 seconds left on the clock as we swap sides here on Dorado. Tricking hovering over a May. Very interesting choice for tricking. I have not seen that yet, but Andrew Tan on Sombra. Kind of Sombra's home turf. Let's see if that's a real pick or not. When you see a good Sombra, it's really, really cool. There's not a whole lot of people who play Sombra that consistently, but when they do, it's forced to be reckoned with. Randissimo breaking out the Hog again here. Binkley onto Lucio. So some role swaps coming out from these guys. Peck is on Soldier. It's a safe pick here for the defense. Be interesting to see what happens here. It seems like fewer swaps on the side of the Vengeful Pyros, whereas rest of the West is trying to swap everything up to make something happen. Kaz has swapped to Ana here as well. And we see pretty standard high ground defense for these guys over here. They are going to have a Soldier to shoot down and the Zenyatta as well. Both do pretty well behind the Rhine Shield. Tricking is usually better on Mei up front. I've seen a Mei sit down on the bottom here with the rest of the team up top, and the Mei has survived because Mei. But that does not appear to be the strategy they're implementing yet. And that payload is slowly moving forward. No picks yet as we're getting dangerously close to this first choke. Pyros are going to have to make something happen here, or Halishin's just going to get hooked in and they're going to have to respond accordingly. TechSoup jumps down, gets slept immediately. That does not look good for him. He's purple and goes down to Randissimo. Halishin gets hooked in as well. This is actually a pretty good showing. This might be rest of the West turning this around. We see them pushing forward here already, and the Mei wall is only going to stall them for so long. Tricking trying to back off. They don't have a tank available at the front quite yet. TechSoup is just coming back from spawn, and they are trying to hold this out very close to the end of the point here. Sombra Big EMP coming out. Earthshatter to follow up. Great cap from them. The res from Texas is not going to matter as they've hit this point here. And great team play comboing those ultimates together. If they are able to continue to play like that, they may be able to take this third map from the Vengeful Pyros. Halishin eating up some major damage with the Diva Matrix. Tech Soup getting a few hammer swings in before backing off. Peck is kind of out of position, almost gets hooked by the Roadhog, but he's able to make it out. Big Blizzard coming in. Self-destruct comes in as well. Big self-destruct from Tick Eye. And the Blizzard freezes forward, but not a whole lot of follow-up yet. Self-destruct coming out in return lands on top of the choke. So no kills for that self-destruct. Would have been really good otherwise. And we see the rest of the West is able to get a good push going. Halishin taking out a mech and going to go down with that baby Diva.
My ultimate is charging.
Will Pyros be able to mount a defense here with Halishin being so far back at spawn, only just respawning now? He does have a speed boost, so he may be able to get up there in time. Andrew Tan on the Sombra, getting in behind everyone. Let's see what he is able to make of that. Pack coming out. And the cap goes over to rest of the West. They're able to get this next point. Gets behind. Great EMP there. Continuing that momentum for the rest of the West. Are they able to follow up on that EMP, though? Not a whole lot of damage coming out here for them. We see Binkley actually goes down. We're going down to Peck, of course. Peck has a visor available. He may decide to use it right now just to stall these guys out. They've been pushing so hard. That visor may be able to buy them the time they need to kind of regroup and catch their breath. Let's see what he does here with that. Of course, when a Rhine Shield goes down, that is usually your opportunity to visor, and that is dangerously close to being completely down here. They're positioning well for this soldier visor, though. And Tricking jumping in on Genji. Self-destruct picks Kaz. Great self-destruct. Tricking is asleep. Gets hooked in and taken out by Randissimo. Lots of chaos. Lots of picks going on all sides of the map. Randissimo goes down to Peck's soldier. Great Helix Rocket takes out Binkley as well. And it looks like Rest is finally going to have to regroup as they get completely held off of this final push, or this final leg, I should say. Binkley is going to be able to charge in here immediately with Sound Barrier. It's going to be able to hold off maybe the Genji ult and the visor if they use it effectively. A big Ana nano visor, excuse me, nano boost available. No visor though for them. Earthshatter comes out onto Tricking. Tricking is able to survive thanks to Cubism Transcendence. We see self-destruct coming out here for Taiki. Gets one. Texas Student goes down. That's going to be no res for the Pyros. And Whole Hog pushes off the rest of the Pyros off the point here. We see just Cubism is on point as well as Halishin. They're going to have to really scramble to stall this one out. Tricking finally coming back out here. Texas Student gets a res. That may be what they need to hold on to this point here without giving this last leg up with an advantage to the rest of the West. They do manage to get a foothold. Taiki is Baby Diva and is about to go down. No, maybe not. Taiki might be able to escape this. Reinhardt's dueling Tech Soup and Silverware, smacking each other with hammers. Andrew Tan goes down to Halishin. Peck is able to push back the Reinhardt, and Tiki is backing off. Tick-Eye, I guess.
My ultimate is charging.
My ultimate is charging.
We have an Earthshatter available for Tech Soup. If they're able to take down his barrier, that's going to be a really big tool for them to push in here. One really good res is actually all you need. Excuse me. Earthshatter is all you need to push in and get the team wipe and the cap that you need. And so close to the point, a team wipe is going to get it for them for sure. Tricking, sneaking in behind. Earthshatter coming out here for Tech Soup. comes out in return for Silverware, gets nano boosted, and there's a emergency transcendence for Cubism trying to keep his team alive. We see Halishin with the self-destruct. He may try to take that out here rather than explode. No, I think he was hacked. I don't think he was able to take it out. Dragon Blade coming out for tricking. Let's see what he is able to get with that. He's a couple slashes coming in. He jumps out of the way. They are just all scrambling at this point. Big EMP coming out there for Andrew Tan before he gets killed. This does not look good at all for Vengeful Pyros. Tricking is scrambling. He is going down finally. Great work from Kaz, able to keep that Reinhardt up, and the cap point does go over to the rest of the West. Slight disadvantage, 112 to 137. So we'll see how this second half, I guess you could say, of Dorado goes for both teams here. Andrew Tan electing to stay on the Sombra. It looks like it was working well, so I don't see a problem with that pick. Very similar team comps for both sides.
My ultimate is charging.
I'm not one for standing around.
Halishin switching to Zarya. That may be useful for them here. Can hold them in the Deadeye. It's always a good trick up the sleeve. What will Peck pick? Pick a peck of pickled peppers. No, it's just Genji. He ain't no pickled peppers. Peck will pick a peck of pickled peppers. Or just a Dragon Blade.
I've got a bullet with your name on it.
McCree apparently has a bullet with my name on it. I don't know why you would do that, McCree. But don't shoot your caster.
The payload is in my charge. Let us move it.
And here they come around the point. We see rest of the West with a strong start. That Rhine shield is up and holding strong. Rendissimo on the Hog makes it really dangerous for anybody to stick their face out too far here, especially once that Rhine shield goes down. They're already to the choke. I really think that Vengeful needs to be able to drop down earlier here to mount an effective defense. They're dropping in behind now, but they're so split, it's going to be hard for them to make something happen. We see Reinhardt duel on the point. Tricking goes down. TechSoup does win the Rhine duel, kills Silverware, but goes down immediately to Rendissimo. Rendissimo also getting a kill on a Cubism. Halishin trying to scramble with that Zarya, trying to back off. He does have the Pocket Mercy, but it may not be enough with the rest of the West is there to follow up with Rendissimo. Binkley goes down to Peck. Great pick on the backline. He is hacked. He takes out Andrew Tan regardless of being hacked. Dragon Blade coming out at half health. Very dangerous Dragon Blade. He dodges out there, getting some kills. We're already into overtime. Remember, just a minute to start out this match. So they are both teams are gonna have to scramble here to make something happen. Tricking with the Deadeye. Takes out Rendissimo. He was not behind that Rhine shield. That does not look good. Big Earthshatter coming in for Silverware, but they are down in numbers. Are they going to be able to make something happen off of that? He goes down to Peck immediately. Just Binkley, and Binkley's down. Andrew Tan trying to hold on to what he can. Trying to keep them in overtime here. That does not look good. And round 3 now complete with that payload just about halfway through the first point. Just past the choke. We will see if the Pyros are going to be able to make something happen here and push that payload farther in return. They do have just a very slight time advantage. About 20 seconds, I believe, was that advantage to them. Tricking, hovering Reaper, and Peck on Hanzo. We saw that Hanzo earlier. It seemed to be working very well for him, especially on that first point. So I would be scared right now if I were rest of the West to deal with that Hanzo. Andrew Tan bringing out the Symmetra. They're going to try some cheesy stuff going on. Kaz on Torbjorn as well. Let's see where they put those turrets up. Wow. Kind of a sneaky turret there. Kind of, maybe not. We'll see how it works. If it kills him, it kills him. It's sneaky enough if you get a kill with it. So, or even if you just get enough charge to portal right away, that's going to be a big help for your team. And here we are. This is going to be everything for the Vengeful Pyros to see if they can continue their streak. They are immediately having to deal with those Symmetra orbs flying in. Just that crazy spam from Symmetra. That can land not only a lot of damage, but a lot of ult charge for that Symmetra, and an early teleport makes it so hard to push. That's kind of the momentum you need to get a full hold here on the first point. TechSoup and Silverware at it once again. The shield keeps TechSoup up while Silverware goes down, and teams are already scrambling on that point there. We see the rest of the West trying to back up and back off to kind of reset their defense as they wait for their Rhine to come back. He has such a long walk from that spawn, so they have to get creative. Taiki's, Tick Eyes defense matrix is going to help them, and they do have that teleport up here as well, hiding in the back there. Ana coming out very quickly. They are going to still have to scramble even with a teleport to hold on to this. TechSoup has his shield up. Big dragon from Peck. A couple of really good picks for them. The res comes out here as well, and we're only 15 seconds remaining. They are not going to have a chance to get that teleport. Big Graviton coming in here for them. TechSoup gets the Earth Shatter coming out. Really, really big picks for the Vengeful Pyros. They are going to hit overtime, but it looks like they may be able to push this in overtime. Symmetra goes down to TechSoup, and Soldier's not there in time to hold on to it. This match goes over once again to the Vengeful Pyromaniacs.
3-4.
Much closer game, very valiant effort for both teams, but the Vengeful Pyros did show themselves to be more skilled in these three matches here. Let's see our play of the game. Halishin on Diva. Here's that huge self-destruct that we saw. Solid pick. Maybe it's not the self-destruct. Yes, it is. Bada boom. Yeah, great play from Halishin. Really, 5 kills contributed there, and excellent placing on that self-destruct as well to get those last 3 picks. 44,000 damage block. That's excellent shield work from the Reinhardt as well. So great work on those tanks there. And we'll see what we are doing here, if we're doing more or not. We'll get some tunes in the meantime. It looks like we may be going to another one. Alright, here we are going into King's Row. This is going to be, I guess, a best of 7? Because we've already 3-0 for Vengeful. So, we'll see what happens here. It is, of course, just practice, so we don't have to play all 7 or all 5 or whatever. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. We lost some random we didn't need. No worries. You see Tech Soup covering the Bastion. Great picks from these guys. I'm really looking forward to the Widow Bastion Torbjorn May comp. That's going to be excellent. Even throw Sombra in there. On offense, nonetheless. Very, very, very intelligent strategy for them. We see that Torb turret coming out right here at the gate. That is going to punish really heavily any sneaky strats from what team? Vengeful Pyros, excuse me. The rest of the West is blue. I have my shit backwards again. There it is. I really, really wish that the game UI would have the team names in it somewhere other than the first person view, because that's annoying. And Tricking, starting out with that Widow. Let's see if he gets any major picks here. Going once. Going twice. He's afraid to shoot. No picks over for Tricking. Rip Tricking. Nothing. McCree is dancing around pretty effectively here. Let's see if the Hanzo has any better luck. Some decent shots there, land some damage into that Rhine shield. D.Va, of course, there to protect him and keep him up with the defense matrix. Really just a shield battle at this point. Very little damage coming into either side. We do see Pyro slowly pushing up. Looks like they're maybe trying to get kind of a flank through that building with the health pack. Silverware, in the meantime, holding strong in the center here. His shield is showing some damage, though. I think Tech Soup, I was going to say, it looked like Tech Soup had a chance to charge his shield, but maybe not. Regardless, he is going to be able to charge in here. Big picks for Tricking, gets Taiki out of mech and dead. Peck, in the meanwhile, picks Binkley's Lucio. And there's a big Dragon Strike coming in, or I guess it's Wolf Strike in this case, with this skin. Great play, great push for the Vengeful Pyros here on this first point. Very early capture.
They're taking the objective. Focus our defenses.
Tricking, trying to get some picks or something up there. Let's see what he makes of this. Kind of a lull between points here. Both teams trying to reestablish their group and their strategy. We see Tricking coming up high here. Let's see if he gets anyone. Oh, so close. We're all judging you. And he gets pushed out by the D.Va. Great awareness there from Tikai's D.Va to push out Tricking's kind of sniping post. Working out very well for them. Binkley takes out Texas student Lucio, killing Mercy. Great work here from the rest of the West, holding off that initial momentum. They're holding us very far forward, and looks like they might continue to do so. Tikai goes down. Tricking takes out Silverware. Great pick from him. Peck gets a pick. Tech Soup cleans up Binkley. This was looking so good for the rest of the West for just a moment earlier, and it just falls apart with 1 or 2 picks is all it needs to really get started. We see them already pushing up to the end of the second leg here on King's Row. Rest is going to try to hold this out if they can here. They still have a long walk from spawn, even at this point here. Earthshatter hits one, but no follow-up from the team. Binkley is able to take Tech Soup out. Tricking gets another pick. Big self-destruct from Taiki. 3 kills for him, but Texas Student has a res available, so they are going to be able to continue some momentum for the Vengeful Pyromaniacs. We have the combo Graviton plus Dragon Strike available. Let's see if they are going to be able to utilize that. This is going to be very tricky. Let's see what they do. There it is. Does it get eaten? It looked like it got eaten by Diva or something there. Something not good happened with that. Dragon Strike comes out. No kills for that Dragon Strike, but he does manage to take out Cold on Tracer. And Silverware is going to do what he can to hold on to this. He does not have an ultimate up, where Tech Soup does have the Earth Shatter. Silverware goes down to Halishin, and they are getting Earth Shatter. They're going to have to back off of this at this point. Great play, great picks there for Peck as well. This is what they needed to take that point. And we'll be going into the last leg of King's Row.
Bad guys, heads up.
And finally, we see the rest of the West is able to mount a defense here just at the corner. Cold does go down on Winston to Cubism's Zenyatta, so kind of the opposite of what you expect to happen there. You would want the Winston to pick the Zenyatta, but sometimes it goes the opposite way. That happens. Silverware goes down, Randissimo goes down, both to Peck. Great picks from that Hanzo. Really strong Hanzo play from Peck here, as we see Pyros are just kind of, Rest is just kind of scrambling to hold on to this. Pyros are steamrolling through them. Great picks from them. Tac Visor for Randissimo. He's going to go down and is not able to hold on to this, as the point goes over to the Vengeful Pyromaniacs with...
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
With about 2:21 left on the clock. Excellent play there. And decent time for King's Row as well. Very good work. Teams, of course, having to reset here, rethink their offense versus defense strategies. I would be interested to see if we had that Torbjorn or whatever come out this time around. Apologies if it's a bit louder. I had to turn a fan on because I am dying right now. Zoom. Oh, I can't fit through this hole. Now I'm sad. Wow. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just trying to get through. I'm not trying to be a perv, I promise.
I will make my country proud.
See if I can't get through this hole. No. We see a Zarya coming out for Halishin, tricking on the Widow this time. Usually you'd see Widow on the offense trying to get some picks here, but we see a Pharah coming out for Cold, so that Widow is going to be really key in kind of keeping him in check. I suspect we'll see Cold switch off of that very shortly here, having to deal with a Soldier and a Widowmaker. Tech Soup holding way far forward here. It's working out for him so far. But he has to be very careful not to get collapsed on. Widow versus Widow fight. We saw Cold switch out. No picks for the Widows yet. We'll see if they are... One is going to win over the other. Tricking takes out Cold. The Widow duel goes over to Tricking. And the Soldier duel over to Peck over Randissimo. They are holding this steady so far. Looking really good. Peck taking Taiki out of mech as well. So... Great play from Peck's soldier. He is already going to have Tac Visor. Here it comes. Straight into a Rhine Shield. Not super effective Tac Visor. Excuse me, he didn't use it. I saw his reload and I thought that's what it was. Apologize. Now that Silverware is dead, he can make excellent use of that Tac Visor if the other team manages to poke their heads out at all, even a little bit. They are intelligently going to be hiding here. We see Genji, Cold's Genji coming around to duel that soldier. Let's see what they make of it. Cold going ham. 1, 2. Such a hard fight for Soldier to win in really cramped quarters, but he does. Peck takes out Cold. Excellent work there.
No one can hide from my sight.
We have Rendissimo kind of chilling up in the back here. The team is, I think, going for that high ground. Yes, that is what they're doing. That is going to give them a little bit of a base, a little bit of a starting point to go onto the point from. And it means they don't have to deal with so much of a disadvantage by fighting into the uphill against any defense that's kind of up high here.
My ultimate is almost ready.
We see Silverware getting all the way up behind everything, charging in here. Rendissimo doing what he can as well. They're chasing Tricking out, and they're going to charge on from way behind the point. Let's see if the Vengeful Pyros are going to be able to kind of adjust for that. Peck takes out Cold. Great pick from him. Reinhardt charges in, gets the big Earth Shatter, but we see Tech Soup charging in here in return. Tech Visor coming out for Peck. He gets Mercy pocketed, but gets slept actually by Ana. Great sleep coming out there from, I don't know who it was. Kaz, excuse me. Kaz gets the sleep before he dies. Still really strong hold for the Vengeful Pyromaniacs. Tricking picks Rendissimo. That is not what you want to happen here when you're scrambling with almost just over a minute left on the point. Tricking doing some really solid work with Wit. Holy moly, that headshot. Excellent flick there. That was, I'm glad we caught that on camera because that was a great shot. He's continuing to just lay waste to that back line.
Time to raise my
We see Tech Soup has the Earth Shatter up. He's going to have to try to break down that shield first. Self-destruct coming out. He's trying to get in position to shield that. He is not able to. He gets self-destructed and goes down. Let's see what the rest of his team is able to make of this. We have a Transcendence available. We have a Res coming out here as well. Tech Soup is going to get that Earth Shatter coming out. There it is. Big Earth Shatter. He's going to charge in here and not get anybody. I think he got booped away. Tech Visor coming out for Peck as well. He's getting some picks. Takes out at least 2. There's a third going down to the Helix Rocket. We see Dragon Blade coming out for Cold on Genji. He goes down immediately to Peck, though. Great pick onto Cold from Peck. Really solid defense. Techie is George Takei is not able to oh yes, and make anything happen there. So great defense from the Vengeful Pyros. Really strong play coming out from them in every single match here.
Victory.
I would love to see that headshot from Widow in the play of the game, but I don't think that was it. I'm glad we got it on camera though. Okay, so Tyke Eye with the play of the game. You said it and I still can't get it right. That's how weirdly it's spelled to me. Big triple there. Excellent work. I'm not even going to try to say your name anymore because I don't think I have to.
Epic.
Wonderful.